welcome to my channel. This is Life Lessons with Bookie Bash. And so this is a personal space where I just share things that I know and things that I've learned as a mind coach. And if you are just popping in for the very first time, you are welcome. Remember to subscribe to this channel and click the notification button so you can get notifications when I post a new video. But I tell you, the time you're going to spend watching this video, it will be worth your time. So please make sure you watch to the end. It's pretty a short video, but you're going to learn a lot from Bookie Bash, the mind coach. Okay, so what am I talking about today? I'm talking about the subject that I consider a very major aspect of our lives as humans generally. And it's the subject of perception and perspective. Because I see that this actually molds our life, and it actually does mold our life experience. Everybody has a mind, and everybody has a right to view things the way they like. Everybody has a right to their perspective. Everybody has a right to their perception. Everybody has a right to view things as they would. But the question is, because you have a perspective on something doesn't necessarily mean that's how it is in reality. Because the physical world that we experience as physical is not physical. The world is not even physical in any way. Well, you might be hearing that for the first time, but let me tell you, that's just the reality. Because the physical world that you're experiencing as real is only real because you have a mind. And you have a mind that works and works well. I mean, if you see someone that has a distorted mind, they have illusions, they see things that you don't see. How do they see them? With which optical eyes do they actually see those things? Is it not the same physical optical eyes that you have? So the point here is this. The point here is that because your physical experience of life is balanced, you see what everybody sees physically, you see the three-dimensional world physically, you hear, you can taste, you can touch, is because your mind works well. For a person that has a distorted mind, they don't see what you see, and they see more than what you see. Okay, now my point here is this. Our experience of life is fundamentally framed by our perceptions and our perspective. And the moment we change our perceptions or we remold our perceptions and our perspective, our life experience changes. That's just how it is. It is a law. And so if you want to change your life experience, the first thing you need to do for yourself is to give yourself a right perspective, is to give yourself a positive perspective. Now, there's some people that all the time, they're always seeing the negative. When anything happens or everything happens, they will list out all the negative things, all the bad things about it. But having a mind framed and set like that would only cause your consciousness to attract negativity to you, to attract decisions that would bring more negativity to you. And that's just the way it is. Because the way the world exists, the way our material world exists, it first exists as reality. Then it exists as matter reality. What is matter reality? Matter reality is reality in form of matter. That's what you see in the physical world. Reality in material form. That's materiality. That's what it is. So there is a real world and there is a matter real world. And the matter real world is what your mind presents to you using your perceptions. So if you want to change your matter real world, just change your perceptions and change your perspective. If you want to change your life experience, because your perceptions create your life experience. And you create perceptions through consciousness. Your physical perceptions is through your sensory receptors. Your sensory receptors, they collect data from your environment. Data is information. So your tongue collects data, your skin collects data, your eyes collects data, your ears collect data. And your mind collects data as information, books you read, videos you watch, things you observe in society. All those things put together, they form your perceptions of things, ideas, people, and your perspective, which altogether, put together, creates your life experience. And these perceptions and perspective affects the decisions you make, the choices you take, and everything has cumulatively come together to create the life that you have now. So now the thing is this. If you don't like the way your life is right now, you can change it. Just change your mind. Just change the way you view things. Just decide that from today, I only want to see positive, even when it looks negative. There's a post I saw on social media. I don't remember which one exactly. And it was an acronym for the word fail. That's FAIL. And the word described fail as, the acronym rather, it described fail as first attempt in learning. What a perspective. Now, that perspective would make such a person say, I don't fail. When a person says, I don't fail, it means he sees the idea, he perceives the concept of fail as a learning process, and that is the only perception he has about the word fail. Now, when you build your consciousness like that, you can boldly say, I don't fail, and you mean it. Not because you are trying to convince someone that you don't fail, because that's how your life is. Guess what happens to that kind of a person? The only thing that comes to that person is circumstances that agree that they don't fail. So everything they do will always succeed. Now, that is how to use your perception to change your life experience, to change your consciousness. Just decide and say, I don't fail. Because the idea of fail, the concept of fail for you is not negative. For you is learning. Because the power of perception is this: whatever you think something is what it is to you. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is in reality, because in reality is what it is. But in materiality, your consciousness determines what it is. It is your consciousness that determines what it is. So the idea of fail, the moment you change your consciousness of what that word means to you in your life experience, that is what it is. You personally owe yourself that responsibility to guide your mind and guard your mind and accept only what is true and believe only what is true. Anybody can say anything. Anybody can come up with any concept. It is your responsibility to find out this thing, is it true in reality? Remember, I just told you, there is reality and there's materiality. And reality is truth. Reality is truth. How the maker made it, how the creator made it. So it's your responsibility to do that. So make up your mind today. Just decide that I'm going to change my perspective. I'm going to change my perceptions. Just tell yourself, I don't feel. You're not trying to be proud or braggadocious. It's just who you are. And how did that happen? Just by changing your mind and just by changing your consciousness. Okay, I hope you learned something from this life lesson. If you learned something, just share your comments, share your thoughts based on what I've just shared. And it would be very nice if you share this video with your friends. That would really help a whole lot of people to actually change their life experience and change their mind. Thank you so much for watching my video. Look out, I hope you look out for my next video, because I'm going to be talking about something about your mind, how you can help reframe your mind to reframe your world for a better life experience. Thank you so much for watching.